Yes, yes, yes. Hey, y'all, it is Nikki the Influencer inside of the Boss Work Media Studio live on Made for a Boss TV. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification button. So, I am in the studio today with the one and only Panama Sosa, and he's going
Yes,
to
ma'am.
tell us a little bit about what he got going on, who he is, and why he came and blessed us today with his presence. How are you doing?
I'm fine yourself. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. It's starting it off good. Got a good interview today. Just got back in town. I was out
Okay.
in Dallas for my godmom's 70th birthday.
Oh,
So I flew out there
that's a
and
blessing. 70
yes, it's
years
a
old.
blessing. We got to stay blessed and try to get there, you guys. We
For
got to try
sure.
to get there. 70 is a blessed age to be at, and she was still out there dancing and everything. So,
I need.
yeah.
I plan on getting to live to see at least 80. I just gotta stop eating McDonald's. Gotta stop eating
Man,
that.
I had to definitely stop doing that being in this parking lot because
For
McDonald's is right here. So them fries is kind of
sure. Yeah.
okay. So tell us who is Panama Sosa?
So Panama Sosa is a creator. That's my alter ego. That's a person where like is a visionary, a creator. That's me when I do my art, whether it's poetry, whether it's music, whether it's painting. That's him.
Okay,
That's the person that's free.
okay. So you do a little painting,
A
huh?
little bit.
Yes, I like that. We painted this weekend. Had a little art. What is that? Paint and sip.
Oh yeah, yeah.
My daughter paints. That's her
That's my
drawing right
favorite.
there. So yeah. We love painting. So where did you grow up at, and what was your childhood like?
So I grew up in Los Angeles, California. Um, so I came from a very strict household. Um, Growing up, uh, I was part of a custody battle between my mother and my father. So I was often bounced around between my mother, my grandmother, and my father. However, com- comparing my upbringings to like my close friends and my day ones, I felt like I had it pretty good. Looking at from their upbringings and my comparing the two, like
Mm-hmm.
I had my own room. My parents wasn't on drugs or anything like that, or in and out of jail, or
Mm-hmm.
they went to work and they had an honest living, making an honest living, and so from that perspective, I had I had the necessities. However, I always felt like I had unmet needs. I always felt like I was in search for validation and acceptance from my parents. And not saying that they didn't give it to me, right? They didn't
Mm-hmm.
validate me, not saying they didn't give me the acceptance I looked for. I just felt that I didn't have it. So I looked for that elsewhere. And I
Mm-hmm.
felt like I had to gain attention, whether that be in a negative way or in a positive way, whether it be getting good grades in school, whether it be acting up in the streets and
Mm-hmm.
getting that
Mm-hmm.
validation and acceptance from my friends. That was something that I felt like I was looking for as a kid because I felt like I didn't have that growing up.
Yeah, I definitely can
Not
see
saying
how
I didn't
that's a
have it, I just how I felt as a
good.
kid.
Yeah. Because sometimes you can have it, but you're young, so you kind of like I don't got it, or you just
Right,
kind of feel like you don't got it when you really had it all the time. So
for
it's
sure.
just what kids go through, you know what I mean? And so that's one of the reasons why I started the youth program because it's trying to keep the youth out of the prison pipeline and help them focus on their future, their goals, what's wanted, what's needed. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? The freedom of forgiveness, the power of promises, and finishing something well. We have to teach our youth what wasn't taught to us, what we complain about, that wasn't taught to us. We got to all come together and try to pour that back into our
For
community.
sure.
So, what lesson from your upbringing shaped you into the man you are today?
I feel like everything shaped me. Everything I went through growing up, from a baby to my teenage years to adulthood, all that shaped me into who I am today. And I felt like if I didn't go through what I went through, whether it was, the lessons from my father and my stepfather, my mother, my aunts, whether it was being incarcerated, whether it was being shot by the police, all that is something that I've learned from, and what makes who I am today. If that makes sense, like so, like it was. I had to go the lessons. That.
Sorry about that. I had to make sure we on you guys.
But sure, I had to go through that.
Yeah, we definitely have to go through.
Because I feel like if I didn't go through that, then I won't be the person who I am today. And I'm not nowhere near where I want to be, but I am better. I am a better person than who I was yesterday.
And that's what we try to do in this life. That's why I say we should not try to compete with other people. We should compete with ourselves.
Right.
Try to be better than what we were yesterday. Like you just said, that's a powerful statement. So, who were some of the people who influenced you growing up, good or bad? Yeah, bad and good influences.
So definitely my father, my stepfather, and also the people in the streets too. I was I was a kid that was easily influenced. You know, if you had the money, the cars, the girls, the respect, the power, I was easily influenced. Unfortunately, you know, so as well as I had negative role models, I had positive role models. Like I said, like my father, my stepfather, my grandfather who passed away. You know, these were men that set very good examples for me. However, although they set good examples for me, as a child, I felt like, you know, nobody didn't want to be a janitor like my father, or you know, a 9 to 5 hardworking man like my stepfather or my grandfather. You know, I had my uncle who was in the streets doing what he was doing, like and guys that were from my neighborhood that was, you know, doing what they were doing. Like these were the people that people were looking up to. Like these who the girls were gravitating to.
Yes,
these
yes,
who were in position, who had power.
Yes,
and that's what I wanted to be like.
Yes, like you said, you wanted to be admired and you know, seek for that attention. Who doesn't?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And just the mentality I had as a child. You know.
So getting into that, when we speak on the bad influences, we want to get right into the police shooting. So, what do you remember about the day that you were shot 15 times by the LAPD?
Yeah. So, it started off as a normal morning. Like I woke up to take my grandmother to work, and I seen so around this time, unfortunately, I was committing several armed robberies. I was robbing check cashing stores. This particular day, so I took my grandmother to work, and I seen a check cashing store that I felt like I could rob and get away with. Unfortunately, I went in there, did a robbery, and as I'm leaving out, little do I know I was under surveillance by the LAPD.
Oh wow!
The SIS unit, the special unit or whatever. So they watched me commit the crime. I get away with the robbery, and I remember calling one of my. Remind you, I said like growing up, I always felt like I was in need for acceptance and validation. So I called one of my close friends, and this is a person who was involved in the streets, but he had a lot of respect. And I called him. I told him what I just did, and I was affiliated with the gang that was in the neighborhood that I grew up in, and so when I called him and told him what I just did, he was like, "Damn, bro! Like he like, blood, you're brazy." And you know, in translation, that means like you're crazy. But I took that as validation, like, oh yeah, like you see me, right?
Yeah.
And at that moment, I don't feel like it was even about the money. I don't feel like it was about, you know, the robbery. It was about that validation in that moment. That I was seeking, and it was crazy, right? So as I called him after I committed this robbery, and I'm driving back home, I'm being followed by the LAPD, and the car in front of me was a police officer. That like they were on unmarked cars, regular civilian cars, and the car behind me was a police officer.
So they kind of was like onto you before you did this.
Yeah, and they followed me, watched me commit the crime. When I got back to my destination, which was my house that I was staying at the time, they boxed me in, asked me to order me to turn my car off and put my hand on the steering wheel. And as I did that, they just opened fire. The first shot went through the police officer windshield to my back window, into my headrest in the back of my head. One bullet went into my face, and the rest went into my back. And was shot 15 times by the grace of God. I'm still here. So I have a
Lord.
different appreciation for life. And life could be hard at sometimes, but it could be worse. So I thank God every day that I'm here, and also like I also take accountability. Right, I'm not looking for no pity party. Like I understand that I put myself in that situation to get shot. Right, and I also forgive the officers that did it because at the same time, right, they're doing their job, and I was doing the job at the time. Do I feel like I needed to be shot 15 times? No,
Yes, that's what
but if I didn't put myself in that situation, I wouldn't be walking with a cane and have to serve 15 years in prison. Right?
behind that whole thing.
Behind that,
So
so
you went, okay, so that's what I was gonna ask. What was going through your mind when you survived?
mm. So I feel like survive. So I was in and out of a coma probably for like about 2 months, and when I finally realized, what I felt like I gained my conscience, and I was like had like I was not 100%, but I knew what was going on. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It was August 15th, and it's crazy because that's my mother's birthday,
Oh
and
wow.
that was actually the first time that I've talked to her like on the phone since the incident. Because after I got shot, I was in under police custody, so I wasn't able to have any contact with my family. They had me under John Doe. So what was
Oh
going through my
wow.
mind?
Yeah.
So I ended up going to the county jail. I think within that week of the August 15th week of 2010, and I feel like if I could remember what's going through my mind, I know it was like a lot of like, man, like what just happened? Like I didn't I was asking myself, I was questioning myself of what just happened, and I'm thinking like my life is over at this time,
Mm.
and I was saying to myself like I really really messed up, and I thought that I was gonna be in jail for the rest of my life because I was facing some heavy charges. So yeah.
Oh yes, we're gonna go right into this video you sent me from that day.
So this is a clipping from that day.
Okay.
Shout out to my man 250 Ricky. He the one that he had this video put up for me since because for some reason this video is not on the internet nowhere, and he had this saved, and once I got out, he sent to him like, dang, that's crazy. Like
Oh, and
I
then that
was
was your first time seeing
yeah,
it.
and I was like, man, like it was a lot of shame, a lot of guilt seeing my mother like not know, because it's like at this point she doesn't know what was gonna happen. Like got shot up like by the police. In her mind, she probably think I'm dead. But
Yeah.
my family, they
That's
have
your
strong
mom
faith.
there.
That's my mother.
Do you recognize all this?
Yeah, so that part I definitely remember. So the part prior to this guy talking, I remember something like the strength of God. Right, it's God all the way. Like I was able to open my door and throw myself out the car, and I feel like if I didn't do that, I probably would have bled out because they weren't going to approach the car because in their mind I'm armed and dangerous because they were aware that I did have a weapon.
Oh, that's you.
And I just want to say something, right? Just for like the viewers that's watching, the young boys that's out there that's watching, or whoever that's watching, right? Like this is the result of when we go left when we know we're supposed to go right. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
this is the result from me. This stems from a kid, like not listening to my parents, not listening to my teachers, not listening to these positive influence that was in my life, basketball coaches. You feel me?
Yes.
This is a
Yes.
result of that. On top of that, I had to spend 15 years in prison and fight every day of my life in prison to get out. to show these people that I'm suitable to come home to my
Come home.
family.
So
So
even after when you were shot this day, you didn't come home until 15 years
no,
later,
so 15 years later.
even though you were in the hospital at first,
Yeah.
but you were still kind of arrested
Yes.
there
Under
at the
police
hospital.
custody. Yes.
Whew, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. But I know you are feeling very blessed today
Definitely.
to be here and to be able to tell your story and bring in awareness. Um, you know, did they I just want to ask, even though I know you're saying that if you wouldn't have put yourself in this predicament, it wouldn't have happened, and I appreciate you being responsible for your own actions. But were any of the officers held responsible for the overshooting?
No, this is the LAPD is the biggest gang in Los Angeles, California.
Man, we should have knew that with Tupac
But I
situation
forgive him
and
though.
stuff.
I definitely forgive him. You know, I wouldn't be able to heal if I didn't forgive him. You
Yes,
know,
and that is definitely what we are teaching our youth. I
right,
mean, it's hard. You don't never forget, but you have to forgive to release the anger, release the trauma, so you can live freely.
right.
And so that is definitely one reason. So, what was the physical and emotional recovery like?
Physical recovery, it was a struggle. You know, I was in a wheelchair for like seven, probably like 6, 7 years. Then went to the walker. Then I'm walking on the cane. It was a struggle because I didn't really have, you know, the I feel like the appropriate physical therapy, you know, to help me with my situation. So a lot of things is me freestyling and doing things on my own, and people that was around me at the time. Emotionally, like I said, I had, in order for me to heal and to move on with my life, I had to put myself in a position and where I'll be able to forgive.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a lot for me to get to that point. And I think it started with me taking accountability for my actions and
Mm-hmm.
also understand, like, you know, it's a Bible scripture I always repeat to myself is who God bless, no man can curse. You know, and I'm blessed. I've been blessed since I was a kid. So many things I
Mm-hmm.
went through since I was a kid, and I'm here. You
Yes,
know,
yes,
and prior
amen.
to my incarceration, that incident, and like I said, I can't be cursed. That's how I feel. So to answer your question, it took a while for me to heal emotionally. You know, it took a
Mm-hmm.
lot of therapy, a lot of self help groups, a lot of admitting to myself, accountability.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that looked like.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Definitely, definitely. So, what do you want the people to understand about you surviving that? Basically, what you were
so
saying, like,
yeah. I mean, like basically what I was saying, and I don't mean to push my religion on anyone, but you know, it took a lot of me having faith
definitely, ain't
and
nothing wrong with that.
trust in God and get out the way, let him do his job. And
Mm-hmm.
it's easier said than done. Don't get me wrong, because when I was in that position, I'm trying every way to fend for myself and get myself out of that sticky situation. Then I have to
Mm-hmm.
remind myself, you know, like it's not my time, it's God's time, and
Let go and let God.
let go and let God for sure.
Yes, yes, yes. Definitely, definitely. How was it fighting your case while you were in prison? Were you fighting it for a long time?
Yeah, I think I was in a county jail from, so I took, let me see, almost, if it's not 3 years, it's almost 3 years, and it was, for me, it was the fear of the unknown. So I was looking at about 60 something years.
Mm.
If I would have went to trial and lost, I remember the judge said that I would be looking at a sentence equivalent to a life sentence. And so not knowing what's gonna happen, you
Yeah,
know, they throwing these
yeah.
numbers out, and at this time I'm what, 22, 23, 24, I think, around this time. I mean, no, I
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
22 when this
yeah.
happened, and I was fighting my case. So I'm like, 22, 23, 24, and he throwing these numbers out, and I can't even think that far. The only thing I can think
Yeah,
about, I'm like, dang,
yeah.
all right, so mom's gonna be hella old, grandma gonna be dead, nobody gonna
Oh,
know me, and this was
yeah.
going through my mind, and unfortunately, like I remember being very addicted to psych medication. It was
Yeah.
bad,
Yeah.
and I felt like that would numb my pain. Like I feel like that would just like I could sleep my mind, like I could sleep my time away.
Away,
And
yes.
it was a nightmare for me fighting my case. Like I said, it was the fear of the unknown.
Yes, yes, definitely the whole time.
Yeah.
I definitely, I can definitely feel that. Feel that. I've been in the fight with one of my, children. And so, what was the hardest part about being incarcerated?
So so to answer your question, right? I remember when people would ask me, "What was it like to be in prison?" Right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm. I
I
think
would.
we may have a caller. Oh, one moment. Hello. Thanks for calling Made for a Boss TV. May I ask who's calling?
My name is Spider.
Okay. Are you calling in for our guest today?
Yes, I'm calling in for the guest.
All right. He's on the line. You have a caller and you
What's
have
up, Spider? What's going
a.
on?
Okay. There you go. Hey,
What's
Spider.
happening? What's happening with you, Panama? What's the deal?
What's going on? How you?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm good, man. Fresh off work, fresh off getting the dollar. I have to call in and support my boy.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that, man.
Yes, yes, yes. Thanks for
Always,
calling
always. You
in.
already know. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're welcome.
Thanks for the support, G.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
You
yes.
already know.
So I was incarcerated with him, man. I was with him at two different prisons.
Okay,
He was,
okay.
he was a wild one, man. He was a wild one, man. But this was
I
my
was a
brother.
wild one. That's
No,
how
I mean
That's
you
how
was
you
wild, bro. Like what?
You was
You
wild, bro.
you laid
You
the
was
yard down a
wild.
few times, but this is my boy though, man. Like he always made sure I was good. Like he was with me when I was in a wheelchair, and like that's one thing. Like a lot of people that was around me, like just the love that I had, and he was one that he made sure that I was all right. I appreciate that. So.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thank you for calling, Spider, for real. You already know what time it is.
Yeah, cause
Yeah, heck yeah, man. I gotta support my boy. Go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, because if you're locked up in a wheelchair, do you still go through the things that other inmates go through with people picking on you
Yes.
and trying to
Nobody's
fight you
exempt.
and
No, there's no picking. If you touch him, we gonna touch you. But
but they still
as
try
he
it.
goes, no one tries it. The only people. So basically, it's politics. You can't touch nobody's people. So he's a part of a very strong community, the
Okay.
Bloods. So he can't. So if he gets no one's gonna bother him, and
Okay,
but he
that's
still
good.
has to go. Yeah. But to answer your question, he still has to go through what everybody else go through, which is being incarcerated on the level 4 maximum security yard, right? And
Yeah.
so that's a dangerous thing. Being semi-handicapped, he got to navigate. He got to go to and fro by himself. So every time I seen him, he knew I'm not leaving him by himself. I'm about to escort him. You know what I'm saying? To and fro. Ain't nobody touching no blood, whether it's me or him or anybody, we gonna stick together until we about that mug. So,
Amen.
that's what it
Yes.
was.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank the Lord for unity. I'm glad that you guys, came together and supported one another, through it all. And yeah, I appreciate you
Yeah.
for calling in.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, big ups to my boy, Panama So, man. You know what I'm saying, man?
Look
To my
Spider,
boy,
man.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, always. You know what I'm saying, man? This my day one right here, man. I love him, and I'm always be down for him. You hear me?
You too, bro. Man, you have a good one, bro.
All right. Thanks for
Always,
calling
Julio,
in.
man.
All right.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Woo woo.
All right. Take care of yourself.
All right.
All right. All right. Well, that's good. That's good. Meeting good people that'll have your back wherever you are, it's a good feeling because it's hard to find good people.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, what did prison teach you about yourself in life?
I say around 2020 to 2021, that's where I really start to change and become the person who I really am. I feel like prior to that I was wearing a mask, trying to be someone that I'm not. And a situation that happened, and I think I ended up getting in trouble or something like that, calling my mother and letting her know what happened. And I just remember she kind of held me accountable and kind of put the mirror to my face that night and kind of told me, like, you know, I'm doing the same thing that I was doing that led me into prison, and like asked me have I learned my lesson, things like that. But also too, I could hear that the hurt in her voice, and I stayed up all night, right? And I'm like, something has to give, like I have to change. And from that moment, I remember just having to not having to, but I knew I had to separate myself from the people that I used to hang around with, right? And I had to distance myself from that because I'm on a journey to better myself and to get out of prison. But it's not even about getting out of prison, but I have to better myself, right? Because like going in front of the board, you know, they could sense BS. So the change has to be authentic. In order to that, I had to change the way I'm thinking, change the people, places, and things, right?
Distractions.
Distractions.
Yeah.
I had to associate my people that was on the same journey as me, the people that are trying to get home to their family, the people that's trying to change and better themselves, and involve myself in several self-help groups, and learning insight and becoming self-awareness and emotional intelligence, learning how to label my feelings and what I'm feeling, and also like what led up to my crime, you know.
So going through those programs.
Yeah, so prison, like on, you know, yes, it's bad, it's horrible, but there's a lot of things that helped me to become who I am today and actually learn about myself and become a better, not only a better man, a son, a husband, and a friend, all that.
Okay. A husband, a son, everything, y'all. He is better today than he was then. So where there a moment in that time that you felt like giving up, and what kept you going?
Of course. I mean, I remember I remember being suicidal, feeling like I didn't want to do it no more when I was in the county jail. And I remember running to one of my childhood friends, and he saw me, and I remember just fighting my case. I went through such a deep depression. I wasn't showering, like no haircuts, and people that know me, like, that's not me. Like, I'm a handsome guy. I dress very well, as you can see. You know?
Yes,
like,
yes.
And when he saw me, he like, bro, like, what's going on with you? Like, what's up? Like, don't let this get to you. Like, and it was him giving me that pep talk, right? That kind of like, you know, you're right. And he was asking me like, man, are you still writing? Because I prior to being incarcerated, I was rapping. I have like 2 videos, but you know, I don't live that lifestyle, so I don't really, you know, talk about the stuff that I was once upon a time talking about.
Yes.
But yeah, I feel like I want to give up. Like, what was the point? You know, like I couldn't. I'm at this point going through the county jail. I'm in my early 20s. I couldn't see, you know, decades. I couldn't see that far yet.
Yeah, you can't see that far.
You know?
Believe me, I dealt with, my dad had got 17 years when I was a kid, and I'm like, he ain't never coming home. Yeah. He ended up coming home, but it just felt like 17 years.
And you know something about that, like what I wanted to say earlier, like I remember people would ask me like, what did it feel like being incarcerated for 15 years, or not even 15, not even when I got out, but when I was incarcerated, what did it feel like being in prison? And I would probably give a generic answer. And I remember one of my co-defendants, he got a book, I think it's called like Buried Alive, and where it's like about poetries. And in one of his pieces, he said that they would ask him, what did it feel like? When people would ask him, what did it feel like to be in prison? And he said he'll look him in the eyes and said, it felt like being buried alive. And then when I read it, I got chills. I'm like, that's exactly what it feels like. Like, he hit it right on the money. Like, it feels like being buried alive. It's like you're in a hole, and 30,000 feet up, it's like a light, and like each day you take a step closer to that light.
Yeah.
And you can't mess up, you can't slip, because it's gonna go backwards. It's gonna go back. And you gotta start all over.
Any little
exactly.
Any little thing. Sometimes something you don't even do will cause you.
Right. So for me, I had to make sure that, you know, I don't slip, I don't fall, I make it to that light, and I did. So.
Yes. So that's what we're going to go into. What kept you going? I see that you were involved in what is called the grip. Yeah, the grip. What is the grip? And why was that powerful to you?
God and Rage into Power. My boy, not my boy, I super respect to call him my boy. Mentor, facilitator, Fahim Jackson. He runs it at the prison I was at, and this was the group that helped me, like, taught me what is remorse, and what is remorse is about. And I felt like I wasn't remorseful for the crime I committed until I took that group and saw how my crime affected so many people, right? And it made me feel so small, so little. So that group was something that was very vital in my rehabilitation.
Yeah, definitely. What did you learn about your anger and how to control it?
It's crazy you said that, right? I facilitated a group today at work about anger. That's so crazy you said that. So what I learned about anger, like, I just don't get angry, right?
Yeah.
I know that it's stuff underneath that triggers my anger.
Oh, we may have another caller calling in. Oh, one moment. Hello, how are you today? Thanks for calling Made for a Boss TV.
I'm doing great. I was calling. I was seeing if the rapper was still on air.
Yes,
Or
he
singer.
is. Yes. May we ask who's calling?
Ray.
Ray. Okay, he's on the line.
What's up? What's going on?
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm good.
My name is Ray. I'm out of South Central. I was calling to ask a couple questions. By any chance, were you did you used to rap like back in the day under the name Worm Gunner?
So yeah, I actually do. I actually did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We get to
I
learn
did.
some stuff.
Hey.
Spit them questions.
I did.
But where have you been like for the last 20 years, bro? It's like you started something and you just like disappeared.
Well, yeah, I was incarcerated, unfortunately, for the last 15 years. That's
I'm
crazy.
sorry to hear that.
That's crazy you said that. I don't go by that name no more. But you can check out my new single, Panama So, Sunset Boulevard. You feel me? This is a nice single.
I did.
That's
You
what's
did,
up.
okay.
So that's what I'm on right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool, man. It's a new wave.
Yes,
Doing
yes,
something new.
yes. So do a little bit of it right there.
Too sexy for my motherfucking self.
Yeah.
I thank you for the support, though, man. Real talk. Thank you for calling in.
Yes, thank you for calling
Yeah.
in.
Do you plan on continuing to make music in this new lane, or like what do you plan on doing?
So yeah, I'm like I said, I'm a creator, right? And right now we just pushing Sunset Boulevard right now, so it could get to where it need to get to. But yes, new music is in the works right now. I'm just creating. I'm just doing music. We're revamping Swag Gang Music Group. Shout out to 100 Band Flacco. He got something coming out. You know, my little bro. And so yeah, that's what we on right now.
Is that like a group? Like these are like a part of a group, or is it like just a different individual?
I mean, basically, it's a group of creators, man. It's like this is a space where you could just be free. Whether that be through music, through poetry, through art, through clothing. This is what it is. It's a new movement, man. We just revamped it.
Yeah, find a different way to express yourself. I respect that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm definitely tuned in though. I seen you post something on Facebook and didn't realize that you were the same person until I went through like some old videos and stuff. I was like, oh, this is the same dude. But yeah, that's dope though.
Yeah,
I look forward to listening. You regained another supporter, I'll say.
Sure. And yeah, so that Sunset Boulevard Panama Sauce, that's on every platform, Apple Music, Spotify. So go ahead and check that out, man. Thank you for calling, bro.
Yes.
All right, man.
Thanks for calling in. You have a good day.
Have a good one, man. God bless you.
All right.
All right. You got fans from way back. From way back.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yes, definitely. So that's a good thing. They recognize you. So the grip, what would you tell someone about healing and growth? How did the grip change the way you think and handle situations?
So it definitely gave me it gave me a variety of coping mechanisms to use when I'm in sticky situations, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
examples of them, should I say? Because I have to find my own that what works for me. So yeah, so that's what it gave me. I'm sorry, can you please repeat your question one more
Oh,
time? I
that's
think
okay. You pretty much answered the question. You answered that question. So, um, it I want to get into because I wanted to show one of the videos that you sent to me. So this was it on television when you got shot, or what was this clip about? Here, I'm gonna put it up. This one.
Oh no, so that's they had me on 48 hours talking about the police shooting, and
Oh, okay.
so basically the police were trying to say that I pointed a gun at them. So on this particular episode on 48 hours, it showed like it's kind of impossible for me to point a gun at them and not have any gunpowder residue like on my hand or on my clothes or anything like that, and put it back behind the air conditioning vent where they found it, wrapped up in a black cloth. Yeah.
Oh wow. What? That don't. I'm sorry. That just don't even seem like it make no sense. And they found the gun wrapped in a cloth somewhere. Your gun.
With 23 bullet holes in my shirt. It's crazy, huh?
That's crazy.
I don't think I'm that bad of a guy to shot that many times.
Well, I am definitely glad that you are here to tell about it because there's a lot of people that are not. Stephon Clark, for one, they shot him in the backyard complaining, saying that he had a gun and he didn't, and it's just a lot of situations. But I know you take responsibility, your accountability for your actions, but still, that's that's just enough. That was just over the top. So we want to get into freedom, your Freedom Day. Let's get back into this app right here. Let's go back in here. We're gonna get back into your freedom, your mom, and your life now. Describe your first day out and hugging your mom as a free man.
So before that, um, my first day out was very emotional, just leaving. And I remember it was this guy, this white guy came, and he was just like, his face was just full with tears, right? And he just hugged me
Mm-hmm.
like, man, take care. And he's like, I love you. And it's like, I've never, like, we talked in like, in passing, right? But I didn't, I said to say, like, you never know who you impact, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was a very emotional day just leaving there because these are guys that knows me more than my family know me. Like we spend so much time together.
Yeah.
We really was thugging it out. Whether it's being
They feel like they're losing someone.
exactly. Right?
Yes.
And so my wife ended up picking me up, and man, just shout out to her. She was like one of the most strongest person I know. Like just to even deal with that, even though I'm not the best husband, you know, but I'm not the worst husband. But just dealing with that whole situation, and even the stress that comes after that, you know. So she was a very very big supporter. Man, that's like my writer, right? But
Yeah. Shout out to your wife.
and so she picked me up, and the first thing I wanted was McDonald's, right? So we went to go get McDonald's, and then we drove from. I was in a prison up north, so we drove from up north to Los Angeles, and that was the first time I seen my mother, my grandmother, and my aunt.
Oh man,
And,
that's when you guys
Yeah,
pulled up right here, and let's see if I have the right picture up there. Is that it?
yeah,
All right, let's go to that.
that's my mother. Right
That's your mom. Yes. She got her baby and made it home. Is there your aunties and family in the back?
That's my aunt, my grandmother with the fire, with the gold hair.
Aww. And it's been 15 years later. Shout
So it
out.
was a lot going on. I felt like in that moment that was just like 15 years of this release, right? Like relieve, right?
Yes.
Uh, you know, all this from you know, she's the one that probably suffered the most. Like this is her son. Like, so from day one, since you know June 24th, 2010, she had to feel everything, every emotion, every court date. Like, man, so I felt it. So I made a promise myself, I'll never put my mother through that again.
Yes, that is very, very heartfelt that you even thinking about that for her, you know, because I know it's so quick to think about what you're going through, but to think about what you've seen your mother through, that kind of can punch you in the gut. You know what I mean? Like my mom, you know. What did the moment mean to you after everything she went through? Basically, that's what you were saying. You felt bad for your mom and you don't want to put her through that again. What was the first thing you wanted to do when you got out? Was to eat the McDonald's?
Definitely. Number one large 6-piece nuggets double cheeseburger. Or should I say McDouble, excuse me.
McDouble.
Orange high C.
Yes. The orange high C. Yes. So how has life changed since you've been home?
Oh well, first it changed a lot. You know, I'm still getting adjusted to freedom. You know, it's a lot. I'm so institutionalized in so many ways because you understand. I lived a certain way for 15 years, so a lot of that stuff still stayed with me that I'm trying to shake, and that's gonna take some time. I've only been out for a little bit over a year.
Okay.
So I'm still adjusted. However, you know, life has its challenges. I've never been an adult on the streets. I mean, I went to prison when I got arrested. This happened to me when I was 22.
Yeah.
But even then, I wasn't really a responsible adult. Like I lived with my grandmother, and you know, I spend money freely, and I wasn't really responsible. So this is the first time. This is my introduction to adulthood, right?
Yeah.
So I have a lot of support though. Like you know, I have a cousin. You know, she's always helped me whatever I need help with, as far as like directing me to the right direction. You know, my little sister. You know, my wife. I have a lot of support, so like that helped me. Sometimes I know they get frustrated because I ask a lot of questions. I could be persistent at times, but just adjusting and getting used to being free. Like
Yeah, definitely. So what are you focusing on most now?
my peace and happiness. That's number one.
Amen for that.
And,
Amen.
Just making sure that I maintain my bills. And you know, I'm into this music right now. Like this is my so I don't know no one up here. Like I'm up here with myself. I have no family, so this is like my hobby. and something that I used to love doing. Like music been a part of my life since I was a kid. Music is the soundtrack to my life.
So that's what I was gonna ask you. Tell us about your new song.
Yeah, so basically it's just the upfield, feel good song. It's one of those songs like I really when I wrote this song, I wrote it from the perspective of a woman, right? And thinking about how, you know, the narrative or the labels that get put on them because they want to go out and have a good time at the club and dance free, and that's why like we do it, right? So like sometimes they get attached, there's labels attached to them, right? And there's like my sister, she goes to work, she works a 9 to 5, and she raises her 3 kids by herself, and so she might have a day where she wants to go out and let her hair down and have fun at the club, and that's okay. And I'm not saying this record gives them permission, but this record's like it's okay to do that. Like in the chorus it says, play my song. I don't know how I'm getting home, but I'm not leaving here alone, right? I left my worry and my stress. Tonight we're gonna cruise down Sunset, and that's just metaphorically saying that we know we're gonna have fun tonight. So that's what was going through my mind when I made this record. This is a Friday night record where you just got paid and you want to have fun and you want to go out with Tisha and Pam and y'all want to do y'all thing, and and here go this record, here goes this soundtrack to y'all Friday night.
Okay.
Panama So, Sunset Boulevard.
Yes. So that basically answered my question to that. What inspired you to write it? So the next question is, what message do you want the people to know from this song?
I want y'all to know, like, this is a celebration song. This is a song where, you can let your hair down and you can have a good time.
Yes, let your hair down, have a good time. This is definitely something to vibe to.
Yes, ma'am.
So can they find your music online?
Yes.
How can they find you?
YouTube, Panama Sosa, YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify. It's out there. Go support me.
Let me put that up on there. If you don't know how to spell it, how to look it up. This when they look up your song, this is what they're gonna see, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So y'all see it. Look it up today. Go on there and like, subscribe, share. Okay.
Y'all look up Panama SO $A. Y'all gonna see a handsome Panamanian / African American male with a good song.
Yes.
Y'all support me.
Y'all support them. So you heard it live today on Made for a Boss TV. So I can't wait to hear what you got going on next. So keep in touch with us. Let us know what's going on with Panama Sosa.
Before we go, I want to say thank you to you, because I do follow you and I see all the good positive things you do in the community, the things you're doing with the youth, all that. I do follow you, and that's why I wanted to share my story on your platform. I reached out to you. We need more people like you, because the youth, not to sound cliche, but they are the future. There are future teachers, there are future entertainers, athletes, police officers, lawyers, judges. So I thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
I needed someone like you when I was growing up. So
man, I think we all just needed that more. It just got away from us. We used to have community centers and things like that. But the program that I am teaching with the Crop Youth Initiative did come from a prison program that was taught to the inmates. Okay. And so me and my business partner took it. We asked them if we can use it, take it, and rewrite it on a youth level. So it's a 6-week workshop. We want to teach them their vision. What do they want for their future? We want to teach them, what's your current reality? Are you currently in jail? Are you currently rich? Are you currently poor? Are you currently doing bad, good? Whatever your current reality is, then you can use those things or not to move to what's wanted and needed. So what do you want for your future? And then you'll realize what you need. And then you want to go over to week 4 is the freedom of forgiveness. That's what we were talking about. So we don't want to forget what anyone has done to us, but we do want to forgive so we can move freely and teach our youth to be able to do that. Else they just get bonded in this whole thing and the whole bullying on social media and all this type of stuff. Our youth committing suicide, just all type of things, and then we want to teach them the power of promises. Don't make big promises that you cannot keep. Make small ones to yourself and others, even if it's, I'm going to get up and make my bed every morning. Do that.
Smart
You
goals.
know what I mean? Yes. And then always finish well. That is the 6th workshop. Finish well. You guys come on out this Saturday to the parking lot of 2251 Florin Road. I'm having a Crop Youth Initiative Vision Builders Festival for the youth. We'll have all 6 workshops out there. We are also showcasing talent, and our youth is coming out to be vendors. So come on out and support them. We're teaching them how to be entrepreneurs, okay? We're teaching them how to stay out of the prison pipeline. We're teaching them how to network, and we bring in resources, free backpacks, school supplies, and things like that. So you guys come on out this Saturday in my parking lot of 2251 Florin Road. Where are you heading next? Are you doing any shows with your music? Are you gonna be doing something like that?
Right now we just getting it out there, but yes, I am open to shows, and we just promoting the single right now, and so that's what we on right now. Sunset Boulevard, Panama Sosa, out on every platform. Shout out to my little bro Flacco. He's finna drop. He got something coming out that's fire. My boy 250 Ricky, DJ AD, and Dirty Beats. Y'all know what time it is. Swag Gang Music Group, Panama Sosa, holla.
All right, holla. Peace out, y'all.
Too sexy for my motherfucking self. Work is so toxic. I hate college. I just wanna party.
You graduated.
Shots of Bacardi.
Okay, wait a minute. You graduated. What you graduate from right here?
That was from GRIP. That was from the program GRIP.
Okay, that was from the program GRIP.
It's a year program.
All right.
With an intensive therapy.
All right. So yes, that's graduating from GRIP. We gonna go back. So is this you right here? How old were you right here?
I don't know.
Too cute. And then we got your ID.
Yeah.
But it made you who you are today.
I even look good in my prison ID.
Okay, y'all see it. Then you were going to court here.
Yeah, I think that was my second court date.
That's your second court date. And then what we got right here? Oh, we might have another caller. One moment. Hello. Thanks for calling Made for a Boss TV.
Yes, I had a question for Panama Sosa.
Okay. He's on the line.
Okay, I want to ask, what would he say is the hardest thing he ever had to overcome within life?
That's a good one. The hardest thing I had to overcome in life?
Yep.
Forgiving myself.
That's a deep one. That was a deep question and the answer.
Yeah.
That was a good.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. It didn't happen overnight. It took years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what's the best advice you would give to the youth right now?
So I kind of shy away from advice, right? But I would encourage the youth. I would encourage them to. It's cliche, but no, I'm not even gonna say that. I would encourage them to think about what they're thinking about, right? So before when they're in a situation where they're about to make a choice that they know that that's not beneficial to them or to anyone else, right? That is going to jeopardize their freedom or whatever the case may be, right? Just take a time out and think about it.
Yes.
Because a lot of times I feel like what happened to me, I don't think I thought about anything I did, right? I was impulsive. I just did it. And the result with that was prison and,
So think about it.
getting shot and stuff like that. So that's what I would encourage them to do. It's simple. Take a second out and just think about what you're about to do or think about what you're thinking about.
That's a good answer. You guys make sure you think about what you're thinking about.
And I'm sorry, one more question because the answers and it was a good answer. When do you feel like you had the moment in life where your mindset changed and you realized now everything that you knew, that you know now?
When did I realize?
Like at what point?
Well, it was in the beginning of my rehabilitation journey. I think it was the point where I actually um, told my life story from my earliest memory, right? And I think it was at that point. It was I can't say the exact date, but it was in that moment once I really like was able to, because I like you know the stuff that happened in your life, but how many people actually like kind of told their story from their earliest memory to whatever point they're at now, right?
Yeah.
Did I answer your question or no?
Yeah. So basically, that's when you kind of
Yeah,
reflected on it, and it was like an eye opener to you.
yeah. What they call it the in prison we call it the aha moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The aha. Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. We appreciate you for calling in. You got any more questions for our guest today?
No, no, the music sounds great. The mindset, I love the mindset, and what both of you guys do, I think it's very important for the youth and just everybody to hear, and the voice that you guys provide, it's really great.
Well,
Thank you, man.
thank you. We
Thank you. I
appreciate
appreciate
it.
that, man.
Thank you. And thanks for
Yeah,
tuning
man.
in. I appreciate you for
Thank you. Enjoy
calling.
your evening, bro.
No problem. It's all love. You guys have a good night.
All
All
right,
right.
you too. All right, you guys, thanks for calling. All our callers today, all our viewers, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow and hit the notification button. And we are out. You out?
I'm out.
All
Thank you.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.